And I think that's where we drop the ball at as creatives, because we don't really think about business. And if we do, we plug in to certain pieces and we leave holes. So we might plug in this piece right here. Like you might plug into a wedding contract, but you forgot the hole on saying, okay, I need deposits here, or I need this along the way. You'll leave that space open. So it's just not having a great, I'm not saying we don't have business mind, because we do. Yeah. It's just not as great and as grand as it should, unless something happens.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get real answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. My name is Aquia Robinson, and I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator, and the creator of Friends in Beauty. I created Friends in Beauty to support like-minded creatives just like you on their quest to connect, network, and build genuine relationships within the beauty community. Join me every week as me and my special guests reveal the keys to success and longevity in the beauty industry, and most importantly, have fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here with me, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. If you are a friend in beauty, I welcome you to join the Friends in Beauty Facebook community. If you're looking for a community of like-minded, ambitious friends in beauty to virtually connect with, network, and share resources, then click the link down below in the show description to join our community. And I'll be there to welcome you with open arms. Also, follow Friends in Beauty on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty. What I like to do is something called the Friends in Beauty Friday feature, where every Friday I spotlight a different friend in beauty and their accomplishments. So no matter how big or small you think it is, I want to shout you out. I want to send you some good vibes. So all you have to do is use the hashtag FIB Friday feature, tag Friends in Beauty on something that you have accomplished, and I'll share it with the community. Additionally, the Friends in Beauty podcast is available on several platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google, YouTube, you name it. And whatever platform you are listening from right now, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the Friends in Beauty podcast. I truly appreciate you so much. And I would love it even further if you took the time to leave a 5-star rating, a review, a comment, a like, a share, a subscribe, or something to let me know how you feel about the Friends in Beauty podcast. I would absolutely love it. And also, I have to tell you that you should join the Friends in Beauty mailing list tribe if you haven't already, because they are the first to know about all things Friends in Beauty, and I send out different business resources, tips, and advice throughout the week. So if that's something that you're interested in, the link for that will be in the description as well. And last but not least, the most important thing is to share the Friends in Beauty podcast with your other friends in beauty, your family, your friends, anybody that you think could benefit from the information that is being shared. Share away to help me grow the Friends in Beauty community. Now, on this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast, I welcome salon coach and product development consultant ElishaMonique to the Friends in Beauty guest chair. Throughout her 20 years in the beauty industry, ElishaMonique has achieved everything most hairstylists set out to do. Top industry magazines have published her work, earning her a position with Matrix L'Oreal as an artistic director. She owned and operated defining Beauty Salon Suites while traveling across the country to top industry trade shows, platforming, and competing at a high level. She even moved on to become a sought-after celebrity hairstylist and thought leader in the industry. Currently a published author, ElishaMonique is coaching other beauty industry professionals on how to succeed in the industry, and that is what she does best. She partners with salon owners and salon suite stylists to reestablish their back-end structure to build a team, hire a manager, open multiple locations, and retire with ease and profitability. ElishaMonique teaches and consults other salon owners through her membership platform, Salon Business Blueprint Club, and continues to win in this ever-changing industry. Building your salon business just got easier, so listen up. I had such an amazing and fun time chatting with ElishaMonique. She is such a wealth of knowledge, and she is changing the game for salon owners. In this interview, she shares the moment that she realized it was time to take a step back from being a hairstylist, where most creators drop the ball when building their businesses, how salon owners can work less and make more money, 3 essential things your marketing plan must have, and outdated marketing strategies that need to go, how salon owners can leverage product sales in their growth blueprint, how she's helping salon owners increase their value and revenue while shifting their mindset, and so much more. Let's go ahead and jump into this chat with ElishaMonique. And if you prefer to watch our beautiful faces, then tune in on YouTube. Enjoy. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, ElishaMonique.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing amazing. Not as well as you because you're down there in Florida, but I'm doing good. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm glad to be here.
That's so sweet. Thank you. So before we jump into the interview, I want to start off with some icebreakers just to, have a little fun. Friends of Beauty audience can get to know you outside of beauty a little bit. So first one, just give us 3 random facts about you.
3 random facts. Let me see. Well, you said one. I live in sunny Miami, Florida, where it's always hot or hotter. I've been married for 25 years, and let's see. How about we go with my oldest is 28.
Oh, wow. Okay. How? I don't understand how you look 28 if you got a 28-year-old, but we're not gonna go there. We know
Yes.
we know the secret. If you had the title like your autobiography, if you were writing an autobiography one day, like what would the title be?
Oh, wow. Let's go with that. Oh, wow. The life of a beauty professional.
Okay, I love that. I love that because it's a lot of wow factors that go into that.
Yes.
For sure. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do?
Good at, aside from what I do, I would probably say good at cooking.
Ooh, okay.
We're vegan slash pescatarian sometimes, and I like food.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't serve me no salad, serve me food. I like to eat. So when people try my dishes, they like, are you sure it is vegan? I'm like, yeah, girl, all
Yeah.
day.
What's your like favorite vegan, like your go-to vegan dish?
I don't have a go-to.
Okay.
I like food, savory, like the same way you could get in the kitchen and you throw down with your grandma. Just omit the dairy, omit the meat, and just make it the same way.
People make it seem like it's so hard, like they're gonna die if they don't eat meat. Like,
Right, right. And I'm like, no, you got this. Like pastas, like creamy sauces and paella, and
yeah. Ooh,
still same thing, just make it full of flavors and stuff like that. The same way you would do if you were adding the meat products. Just remove it.
I love that. We have that in common. So I'm pescatarian, and I'm like, I've been eating vegan all my life, so I kind of can go back and forth. My best friend is vegan, so anytime I'm around her, we tend to go to like vegan places. So yeah, that in common. I love that.
Right, great.
Yeah. When's the last time that you did something for the first time?
Wow. The last time I did something for the first time, I would probably, you know what? I would probably say around July 4th weekend. I wore like this outfit. It was really, really cute. And the shorts were like super, super short, super, super short, but they had feathers on it. So that was new. I was like, oh, it's feathers. Never wore feathers before. And they're shorts. Okay, let's try this.
I gotta see those shorts now. That sounds cute.
It was cute. I was a little like, okay, like these are really, really short.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, nope, I'm pull this off.
Okay, okay. So last one, if you weren't a coach, sorry. So if you weren't a coach and a consultant right now, what else could you see yourself doing?
Um, that's a really great question. If I wasn't a coach and a consultant, what else would I see myself doing? I don't know. I've been in the beauty industry for so long and I've done a lot in the industry that I think I'm at this is like the final run.
Okay.
Like other than that, I've always wanted to have like a stream of ATM machines and laundromats maybe.
That sounds
Things like
fun. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like business structures that you just got to check in on them, every now and then, replenish the money or, take the coins out.
right?
Yeah, I like that.
And go back home.
And go back home and live your life.
Right, right.
I love that. Thanks for sharing with us. Are you originally from Miami or you just lived there?
I live in Miami. I'm originally from New Jersey.
Okay, so you're from up north. Okay, what brought you to Miami?
My husband's retired military, and we've moved around like 6, 7 times. And um, his final duty station was in Georgia. And when we got ready to leave, it was okay. So where do you want to live now?
Mm-hmm.
Jersey is definitely cold.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't want to be cold anymore. And if you are from up north, you know what a bite your face cold is.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I didn't want to go back to that because I had been away for so long in the military, not really experiencing that. And I was like, we got to keep it warm. So we ended up in Florida. And I wanted to focus more at that time on my career, focus more on doing celebrity works and music videos and films and things like that. And Miami was the place to go.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Can you give us like a snapshot? Because you have an extensive career in the beauty industry, but like give us like a snapshot with like some of your highlight moments that you've experienced so far.
Oh, wow. Well, highlight moment. Well, all the moments are highlight because being in the beauty industry, like it's so many things that you can do that you do not have to just stand behind the chair. Like that's not it. Like coming from behind the chair, I was a matrix educator. So I was trained by Matrix, the color line, to go around to different salons and teach the different salons about the color line and give them hairstyling and color technique. So that was very interesting. And I was also being taught myself on certain standards of doing color and applying color in timely fashions in order to make the money you want to make. So that was a great moment. I've entered competitions, like different hair competitions. So actually being on stage and completing hairstyles in certain times that was allotted and doing different fantasy styles. That was super, super fun. I've also, what I do, so working with different celebrities, like just going to their hotels, doing their hair for different events or speaking engagements, or I work with Sean Paul on his music videos, like all of that was super, super exciting. And what else did I do? Like I've done so many things, like platforming at trade shows. I started out platforming and teaching at trade shows with hair extension techniques. Okay. So I developed a hair extension technique that I started going to all the trade shows and started teaching that. But then hair extensions got so huge that I was like, okay, y'all can have that. Let me go and do something else. So I've done so many different things in the industry that it was always, I like to look at it as like a bucket list.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because there's so many things that we can do, oh, let me go do this. Oh my God, that was super excited, super great, reached the top part of it, like plateaued it out. Okay, what's next? All while still just, working from behind the chair as well. And here recently, 2 years ago, I was like, I don't want to do hair anymore. Like, I literally got to the point where it was like, if I had to do someone's hair, I didn't care what their hair looked like.
Right.
And when you reach that moment, then you don't need to do hair anymore.
Right.
I was like, favorite clients, I don't care the conversation we had, love them to death. I was like, their hair could fall out right now and I wouldn't even care. I was like, at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Let me move on to the next date. And I always love teaching and sharing. So I just poured 100% into coaching, even though I've been doing it for like 6 years now. For the past 2 years, I just poured all of it to coaching and came from behind the chair altogether. I'm like, I perfected every marketing strategy that you can do and build a clientele in 6 months. So let me go teach this stuff.
Wow, so much to unpack. So were you a salon owner at the time or you were just working in a salon?
Yep. I've been a salon owner. I've been behind the chair. I've worked in corporate salons. I have my own mobile salon business. I work for mobile companies. All of that. All of that.
I've seen so many people over the last, I think it was the pandemic for real. I don't know if it was the pandemic that sparked it, but a lot of my beauty friends are like transitioning out into like other things. And I think it's just so fascinating to see because like you said, the beauty industry is so big and you can do so much. So you don't necessarily have to be behind the chair on a salon to be in the beauty industry. You can still, contribute to the space in other ways. And I love that. I love it.
Absolutely. Yes. I love to see people come from behind a chair and start, well, let me see how you do this. Like, yes, girl, go figure that out. Like your license take you in so many different ways that you do not have to stay on that mat.
Yeah.
Like let that mat, like imagine that mat being that, the carpet on Aladdin, where you just get on it and just ride it until it lands somewhere. And you're like, oh, well, what's over here? Like go and experience that. Like let that mat take you to other places. Don't just have it be a piece of concrete where it can't move. Like go do something else.
Absolutely. So when you were traveling along with your husband, with him being, transitioned to different places, how was your career working at that time with doing hair?
It was working great. I consider that as okay, it's like remember, I'm probably dating myself, but the show Cheers, when you go into Cheers and everybody like, no, everybody knows your name. Well, when you go into a whole new state, nobody has no idea who you are, what you can do, and don't even care.
Right.
So whatever you establish in this state, it's like this is where you go to get your hair done. Here, it's like, okay, how do I fit in again? Or where do I fit in at? Or where do I belong? Or what do I want to do in this new space? So moving from state to state, it was always figuring out what's in this space, who's here, what salons is here, what these salons have to offer. Because I know who I am, but I got to see what's around me first in order to insert myself into the best possible growth place. So that's always what I did first. When I got to Georgia though, I realized, okay, all of this moving around, like I don't want to do this no more. Like, how long are we going to be here? And we were there for quite some time. And that's where I opened my own salon because I worked in so many salons in different states and countries that I was like, it has to be a better way. It has to be a different way. Let me go try this on my own. So moving from state to state, look up your area, look around your area, see what's going on, like who these people are. Right? Remember, like who these people, Hoppo, who these people. Figure out who these people and figure out where you could best grow at. Not necessarily plant yourself, because you don't want to plant yourself in somewhere where you can't grow. So it's all about looking to see where you can grow at first. And then maybe that place is not where you do plant yourself at. Maybe you're like, you know what? This is not the good decision. Let me go into another salon down the street and see what this salon is like. So that's sort of the mentality I had to take on whenever I got to a new place.
Yeah. How was it working overseas versus like in the States in the salon?
It was no different. It's still Americans.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We still want our hair done. I don't care what country you're in. Everyone wants their hair done. Everyone wants to look beautiful. Everyone wants growing hair, long hair. A cut is still a cut. I don't care what country you in. Redheads are still redheads. I don't care what country. And we lived in Germany and red was the color. Like everybody was red. If you can master red, oh, you was the colorist.
Okay.
So just going across the US, beauty is beauty, no matter, not even the US, the world. Beauty is beauty regardless of where you go, and everybody just want to be made more beautiful and feel confident.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm curious to know, because I'm a makeup artist. So I'm curious to know about like the salon culture and how it has shifted with more people like getting these suites and everything. Like how has the salon world changed with more people becoming like more independent and forming their own kind of like entities with those suites versus like working in a salon?
It has definitely changed. It honestly, when it comes to sweet life, I think that is only for those who are experienced.
Oh, okay.
Most people will get out of beauty school because sweet life is the thing to do now. They'll come out of beauty school and they'll go in a suite, and I find a lot of them struggle. So I do free rapid growth calls, and when I'm on the calls with suite stylists, I'm asking them how long are you in a suite? How long have you been licensed? And a lot of them who are new are struggling in a suite. And so if you're new coming into the industry, and it doesn't matter what background you are, makeup artist, nail tech, lash tech, it doesn't matter. If you're new coming into the industry and going into a suite, it's going to be very hard for you to start to grow as a business, because it's almost like you don't have that real world experience.
Yeah.
Like
Even
you
the
got to be in the
clientele.
trenches.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you're experienced, I think you can handle it, because you have your own flow and you can create your own world. You can create your own atmosphere. My recommendation though, for people who do have a suite, who want to own a salon, is to get a double suite first, because then you begin to run as a salon, like a mini salon. So then when your next step is to have more stations, you already know how to operate a station. So having 2 or 3 more, it's just like grander for you.
Absolutely. I would love to know what is going on the back ends of these businesses. Like, what are you seeing when you're going in and like helping people to clean up things? Like, where are they dropping the ball?
I think we dropped the ball because we're not, as creatives, we're not business minded. That's not on the forefront for us. Like, you're a makeup artist. You can look at a face and you can envision all sorts of possibilities.
Right.
But I need you to look at your back end, where the paperwork is, where the contract is, where the appointment scheduling is, where it's like making sure that you do the follow-up after you do like a bridal or something, or the packages you have for bridals, or the gifts that you leave for them, or the follow-up after that. It's like all of that part is where we kind of lose track a little bit. Or even if you do a bridal and you do a wedding or something like that, and you follow up maybe a month later, like, hey, it's your 1-month anniversary thing, like things like that, I think is where we drop the ball at, because we're so in the now as creative, and we're just looking at the face. We're looking at getting to the actual day and getting away from the day.
Yes, like letting
Business mind takes you after the day. Like, let me send out a card maybe a month later and say, hey, it's your 1-month wedding anniversary. Congratulations, things like that. Because who knows, after you do a bride a month or 2 later, like, what if they have a baby?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now you're on the forefront of their mind for their baby shower. And so on and so on. It's like you're building this longevity relationship with people. And I think that's where we drop the ball at as creative, because we don't really think about business. And if we do, we plug in to certain pieces and we leave holes. So we might plug in this piece right here. Like, you might plug into a wedding contract, but you forgot the hole on saying, okay, I need deposits here, or I need this along the way. You'll leave that space open. So it's just not having a great, I'm not saying we don't have business mind, because we do. It's just not as great and as grand as it should, unless something happens.
Right. Then it's too late. Not too late, but then you got to clean up a whole bunch of mess.
Right. You got to figure out how to plug it in, and now I'm going to incorporate this because last time this happened. So it's like you're trying to plug it in, as opposed to just stopping for a moment, which I know is very difficult, because you're like, this is my bread and butter. I can't sit down. If you literally just pause and look at your whole structure as a whole and say, how can I make this better? What could I possibly be missing? What are some things that other companies have that I don't have? And plug into your entire structure. Now you can keep moving forward and operate in longevity, because you don't have to keep stopping and fixing things.
Right. Oh my gosh. That's excellent advice for sure. I would have to listen to that again. I know a lot of hairstylists are like overworked. I have hairstylist friends. It seems like they're always in the salon, always taking clients. And I guess it's that one-to-one kind of thing, because you have to deal with people one-to-one. But what are ways that hairstylists or salon owners can draw back a little bit, like work a little bit less, but still make the same money or make like more?
That's a great question. So I recently had a stylist exit my program, and inside of my program, she has a whole salon. I taught her how to lay out her entire blueprint. When she started working with me, she would do like 10, 15 heads a day. And I'm like, girl, I'm tired listening to you say how your day runs.
Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute, like, hold.
That's
You know how
insane.
you got to woosah for somebody else? So the energy don't transfer. And I was like, okay, wait. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to adjust how everything work out. We're going to adjust your pricing structure. We're going to adjust your timing. We're going to readjust your packages. You cannot do 15 people anymore. I need you to do 7 in a day and make exactly what you make doing 15. And she was so shocked. And I just literally working with her infrastructure, I slowly had her adjust things. So she started to realize that if she did 12, she still made the same as doing 15. If she did 10, she still made the same as doing 15. And it was that little by little that when she hit 7, that was like her sweet spot. And right before she exited my program, it's a 6-month program, she was like, okay, let me tell you, the other day, she said, I did 10 people. I don't know where these 10 people come. She was like, but I was so exhausted. I said,
Oh, you
why did you
exhausted
do
off of
10?
10 now.
Right. I said, well, why did you do 10 people? We had you down to 7. She said, I have no idea, but you could best believe I will not be doing that again. And I said, well, why? She said, because I realized my value. I realized my worth, and I realized that I do not have to work that hard in order to make what I need to make. She said, but that was just a one-day thing. She said, now my next goal is to figure out how I can do 4 people and make as much as I do doing 7.
Yes.
And I literally said, I said, say that again. I said, say it one more time. And she said, I need to know how can I do 4 people and make what I make doing 7 people. I said, I wish I had recorded when you said you were doing 10 to 15 people and we needed to calm that down. She said, that is unbelievable. She said, I was crazy. I don't know what I was doing. And I literally explained to her, when you're changing your infrastructure, when you're adding on to the value, you can definitely work less behind the chair and make exactly what you make doing more people. So it's all about the value that you put on the services that you offer.
Right.
And yes, in doing that, you might adjust your clientele, you might lose some people, but you're going to gain the higher value clients that you want. That's going to help you work smarter from behind the chair and free up your time.
Right. So when you say adjust the value, is it necessarily adjusting the price or like the experience that they get, or maybe some additional, I don't know, items?
It's everything as a whole. It's the experience, it's the price, and it's your mindset. So if you put all of that into play, it's like thinking of, okay, I want to do, and I remember when the $50 weave came out, and I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yes.
I said, for $50, only thing you're going to do is take the bundle out of the bag. We haven't even applied it yet. And I was like, it has to be some more to that concept, because there's no way that they're just standing there for 2 hours minimum. If that's a small head for $50. Like, what is the overall concept behind that? But I remember when that first came out and everybody was like, I'm charging $50. And then I started seeing somebody charge 45, and I was like, you crazy.
Now you doing
so, but it's like trying to make more money, but doing more people. We have to reverse that concept. If you say, I am high value, I can do this service in 2 hours as opposed to 4 hours, because you're doing it in less time. It costs more. People are getting in and out faster. You're still providing high value, high quality. The experience is outstanding. Like, this person is here getting this wonderful experience in your salon. They're there for a minimum amount of time. And your mindset is, look, I'm still providing XYZ for my clients every time they come in. And I'm adding more things to their experience when they come in. But that all starts with your mindset. It starts your prices and recognizing that you are of value.
Absolutely. I watched a podcast interview one time with the lady who started that $50 sew-in situation, and she was explaining how it worked on the back end, I guess, and how she was making money. And I thought it was interesting. I gotta watch it again. But the client that you just mentioned, it seems like something shifted within her mindset with you helping her, as far as her seeing that she could make that money with doing less. Because I guess with the way that a lot of us are raised, it's like, if you're not working hard for your money, then people think that it's just too easy, or they don't deserve it, or something like that. So it seems like something has shifted in her to realize, like, I'm not trying to work this hard. Like, and I can still make the same amount. Like, why not?
It definitely did. I literally remember she was like, first day, first consult. I'm just so tired. I gotta figure out how to wait. It was like I was like, I'm on a Zoom, like, breathe. Like, can I take a deep breath?
Mm-hmm.
Exhale slowly. I said, sit there and do a woosah. Don't say nothing. Don't even think of nothing. I said, I know you can hear everything running around your head. I said, but I need you to bring it down just one level.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, here's what we're going to do. Because she was so exhausted, just bringing her down and sharing with her what her next level looks like. It just took some time for that to sink in. But once she got it, she got it.
Mm-hmm.
And once it really stuck in, she was trying to figure out how to get to the next one.
I know that's right. What's the next goal? I love
Right.
that. I love
right.
that. I know one thing you mentioned earlier was marketing, like being experienced in marketing and everything like that with your salons. What are like three essential things that people should have in their marketing plan when it comes to marketing their salons, I guess?
Well, the first thing I must say that I tell this to everybody, right? Your marketing plan is not foolproof. Your marketing plan can fail if your business is not structured right.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Like, without that structure, no matter what you do, three things: you can market for new clients. You should have a marketing structure for new clients. You should have a marketing structure for repeat clients.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the option to having a marketing structure for something that you want to feature, something that you want to highlight, or maybe you want to have a retail product that you discount or some sort of package that you offer. That's the third one. Those three are foolproof if your structure is set properly. Meaning, the new clients you gain from the first strategy, right? New clients are going to come to you. If you're like, your stylists are not trained, people are not efficient enough, the new clients are not going to come back.
Right.
Your loyal clients that you have, they're already there for a reason. Once again, if your structure is not solid and you're not paying attention to your customer service, you're not improving things or adding things or adjusting things or just making their experience even better, they're not going to continue to be loyal clients and refer people to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then your third part, like if you want to hold discounts or retail or anything like that, if you don't know what retail product you have that's going to service the services that you offer, if you don't know what service you want to feature that's going to add value to your current clients and to your community, then that marketing strategy won't work either. But those are the top three marketing strategies that I recommend that you have, as long as you have a solid structure.
I love that. Do you see any stylists or salon owners still using like any outdated marketing tactics that people just do not like do anymore?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like the punch cards.
Oh,
Like the actual take the card, you punch the hole when a client comes in, when they come back in, they got to show you that same business card so you can punch another hole in. I literally went and I think I got my nails done or somewhere, or car wash. I got my car wash and they were like, oh, when you get 7 car washes, you get the car wash free. And he gave me a card. And I looked at it, was like, I was like, I got to keep up with this card.
it's not
my face literally was like, it was like getting a bad gift that you try and fix your face for, but you don't know how to fix your face for. I was like, oh, okay. And I just looked at it and I was like, so I actually have to keep up with this card? What if I switch purses? What if I switch wallets? What if I bring the other card instead of it? I was like, okay. And then I had to like jump out of it. I was like, oh, thank you. And it went out the door. I was like, I am not going to keep up with this card. I'm going to have several of these cards. And then I turned around and was like, well, if I lose a card and find a card, can you combine them all together? And he was like, no, it has to be on one card. I was like, this is the most outdated marketing system ever.
That's crazy.
We're going to lose those cards. So if you are listening and you are doing that, I know I just crushed your whole marketing momentum.
No.
You have to find another way, because clients are not going to keep track of this card that you just gave them. When you even give them a stack of your business cards to hand out to people, if they don't go hand out those cards immediately in this purse, those cards are still going to be in that purse when they switch back. Because when we switch purses, we don't switch the junk at the bottom.
It stays.
Or like we don't. We switch the wallet. We switch the big important things. All the change and stuff that's floating around the bottom, we don't take that with us, which means those punch cards are literally at the bottom of every single purse that we have.
Right.
So the better way to do that is to have it in your online booking system. So you can literally count and create a tally in the booking system that keeps track of when every guest comes, so that your punch card system is basically online. Don't hand out any more cards. Please don't hand out any more cards.
Oh no, and that's for any business, because even this place that I go, it's a vegan place around where I live. I don't go there often, but every time I go there, the lady's like, "Do you have your card?" I'm like, I don't know where. I honestly do not know where that card is. It probably is in one of my fanny packs, like you said. It's somewhere, but I don't keep track of that thing. I was like, the discount is not even that important to me anymore. I would just pay full price for my 10th meal or whatever it is. And
you're like, well, can you look it up with my phone number, maybe?
They don't even take all of that stuff. So outdated. Oh my gosh. So ElishaMonique, I have this thing called Never Have I Ever on the podcast, but we're not going to be drinking. But I have a Never Have I Ever statement for you. And if you have done it before, I would like for you to share the story. Or if you haven't done it, then share your suggestion on, if somebody has to do it, like the tips you give them. Okay. So this is a fun one, since you're a hairstylist, or you were a hairstylist. Never have I ever had to cut gum out of someone's hair. Have you had to cut gum out of someone's hair before?
Yes.
You have? What? Like, was it like a kid or something?
It was a kid. Okay. It was a spot, and I was like, very creatively, how can I do this? What grade is she in again? I want to say she probably was like in a lower grades, like less than 4th grade, because that's usually when they do things like chew gum and fall asleep, and now the gum is like stuck in the side of their head, and you're like, seriously? So I'm like, okay, she's in a younger, how creative can I be to get this out of her head? Like, can conditioner make it slip down a little bit?
Right.
So I can save some of the length? Like, it was literally like one of them where you like,
was it like in her hair, like close to the scalp?
It was like in the, like up here. It wasn't like at the top, but it was like if she had like a braid or something that kind of like fell. So it was like in there. And I'm literally like, okay, how can I make it slip? How can I bring it down below? And I think that was the last day I did kids. It required too much. It was worse than trying to fix a color correction.
Wow. I can imagine, because kids are very,
She just sat there. Like, she knew what she did. She had gum. She went to sleep. Now what's going to happen?
Dang.
And mom is like, I don't know why she did it. Mom is like, I don't know why she did it. Mom is like hysterical. And I'm like, if I couldn't think of something, I'd be like, I start scratching my head as a stylist. You see me like, I don't know why I would scratch the back of my head, and that's like where the answer would come from. People always say, is the answer in the back of your head? I don't know, but when I do it, things happen. You be like, close your eyes real good, give it a real good scratch when you open your eyes. Boom. So I put conditioner on it, and I like made it slide down as far as I can get it. It was gross touching it, and I was like, well, I've at least cleaned the gum, so like, even though you have on like a glove trying to get it out, it's almost like, okay, the glove is creating a traction on it, but you can't feel whether it's working or not. So getting it started with the glove on got it started, but I was like, okay, I got to take this glove off. Like, and I just smoothed it down as far as I could. And I was just grossed out the whole time because I'm touching someone else's gum. But she ended up getting a haircut, but not as much cut off as was needed. And I literally only cut the small area because I was able to work it to only a tiny area as opposed to the bigger area that I was in. So the little that I did, it was like, okay, we're going to pretend we don't see it. Put it in some ponytails. You can put some braids in it, and it's just going to disappear. Yeah. It will eventually grow back, but it wasn't like a little short piece now. So it had like length on it.
Hey, it's better than being bald head. Okay.
Right. I was like, yeah.
When I was like 4 years old, I had my hair used to be really thin when I was younger. and I had a braid. Apparently, I had braids in my hair with beads on it, and we had like those old school cots at school. And one of my braids got caught in like the groove of it, and I pulled it, and it came out.
Oops.
At 4 years old, so my mom like cut my hair. So I had a short haircut at 4. So luckily
Cute.
my hair is like to my butt now.
It's
So
cute. But nowadays you're like, kids are cruel. So
right. Exactly. Oh my God, that was fun. Thank you for sharing that.
thank you.
I would love to know because as creatives, I feel like a lot of us are good at a lot of things, or through our experience, like you just acquire certain skills. So how did you go about like packaging your years of experience and your expertise into now being able to coach other people and, you know, do consulting? Like, what was that? How did you narrow it down to like what you wanted to do?
That's a great question. A really great question. It was hard because initially being a coach, my focus was coaching stylists, like coaching stylists who are booth rental stylists or commission stylists so that they can be able to grow in a salon that they were in. And then I realized that I couldn't help the stylists. So I couldn't help the stylists like really start separating themselves and like creating an actual business so that us stylists can get paid, or this is how you work as independent contractors, things like that. Like just really giving them that grounding that they need for stylists, and then helping them with marketing. So I always love marketing and growing because moving around so much with the military, marketing was my thing. I fell into it unintentionally only because my husband kept moving.
Right.
And the way you build when you get to a new stage, you're like, okay, what marketing strategies can I do? How can I get going? So I was like, this would be perfect. I'm going to help stylists be able to market themselves, grow. Well, a stylist inside of another salon can't grow if the salon is not willing to allow them to grow, or to assist them in growing in certain ways.
Right.
So I come to find out that I can't help the stylists because they were always getting the pushback. And I'm always giving them, okay, go to the salon owner and say this. Oh no, she said I can't. Okay, now go say this. And I was like, wait a minute. Why don't I just help the salon owner? Because if the salons are structured properly, then the stylists are going to grow. I don't have to help the stylists. If I'm on the back end of the salon, fixing the salon, the stylists are automatically going to reap the benefits of that. So that took some time to figure out. I want to say it took me maybe about 2 years to figure out, to shift from stylists to salon owners. And then even when it had to lay out what do I want to teach salon owners with, everyone wanted help with marketing. And I'm like, okay, here's like 50 ways to market your business. Oh, this didn't work. I tried that. That didn't work. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, what do you mean it didn't work? I studied marketing. I implemented the strategies. I know the strategies work. I don't teach what I haven't experienced.
Yeah.
So if I learn something, I'm like, well, let me go do that before I share it. So I'm not going to tell you how to go and paint the wall just because I watched a YouTube video. No, I'm gonna have to paint the wall and be like, don't get these roller heads, buy these roller heads because this one was crap and this one worked better. Like that's how I always share. And the salons was like, well, I tried these strategies and that didn't work. And I'm like, that's not true because I tried it in my salon and I know the results that I got. I also tried it in this state, so I know it works too, because these two states are completely different.
Yeah.
Like living in Arizona and living in Georgia are worlds apart. And if I try the same marketing strategy in both and they work, why doesn't it work for you in Mississippi?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, do you have this? Do you have, oh no, I don't have that. And I'm like, well, that's why the marketing strategy didn't work. So at that point, which was probably about, I want to say maybe like 2018, 2019, is when I really started to lay out the Salon Business Blueprint Club, which is my 6-month program. And I'm like, in order for marketing to work, you have to have a solid blueprint, because no matter what anyone tell you to do when it comes to marketing, if your blueprint is not set, the marketing is not going to work. So that's when I shifted again. I was like, I'm just going to work with structure, because once it's structured, which we lack when it comes to salon ownerships, because we don't know how to complete the structure. We put things in place and we go and do this and we work from behind a chair and we come back and then we put this in place and it's not solid.
Yeah.
But you're working behind a chair like 20 plus hours a day. And you're like, I want to get from behind a chair. Well, let's hire a manager. Well, I'm not quite sure what the manager's supposed to do. Well, what do you want the manager to do? Okay, what does your business look like? Oh, well, I just do this and I'm like, okay, wait, a blueprint. Because in order to duplicate you, you have to give someone else something that they need to do.
Exactly.
So in 2018, 2017, 2018 is when I literally solidified the Salon Business Blueprint Club. And I'm like, you need a blueprint. I go from branding to business structure, organization, retail, training program, employee retention, customer service, and then I end with marketing. So when you're done, the only thing that you have to do is market your business for the life of your business. If you want to open another salon, you take this same blueprint and you take it to another salon. You might change the logo or the salon name, but it's pretty much the same operation in another place. It's almost like you're taking your salon and you're creating a franchise for someone else to run. And that's going to relieve you from the mat. So that's pretty much where am right now. Just give you the blueprint, create the structure. Now we can have fun on marketing. Do all the TikTok videos that you want to make. I don't put all the reels up. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because everything you do is going to work out perfectly.
I love that. So as far as the way that you have your business structured for yourself, do you still have like self-care time? Is it structured in a way that they're like going through a program, like self-paced on their own, and then they're just like checking in with you for like things?
It's actually a combination of both.
Okay.
So it's 6 months. So you can self-pace throughout those 6 months. You go in, you learn, you take a course. However, at certain points, I know where you should be at. So as your coach, I am also your accountability. I'm like, hey, where is this at? Hey, did you submit this? Hey, did we turn this in yet? Hey, what this looking like? Hey, I didn't get this paper yet. So even though you're learning, you're actually implementing. I'm a huge implementer. I don't like notebooks full of information, and I don't want to be in your notebook. Don't put me in that composition notebook. And I know we love those because the pages don't fall out. Don't put me in that new fancy journal that you just got and you're like, oh my God, it's so pretty. Nope, don't put me in that journal. If my program is all based on giving you the course information you need, but having you actually do it, implement it, solidify, plug in this hole of your structure. Yes. As your coach, let me look at it. Does this make sense? Because sometimes we can take a course and we'll write down what we want to write down, and it doesn't make any sense. Perfect example, I have everyone start off with their mission statement. And a mission statement is nothing but maybe 1-2 sentences long. And I'm like, sending your mission statement, but I can't figure it out. It's so many words. And I'm like, send it here. Once they submit it, I literally I've read paragraphs of mission statements. And I'm like, your mission statement is sort of your elevator pitch. I need you to chop this down. And I will read it and I will literally chop it down like, this is what it is. And they'd be like, oh my God, all you have to do is submit work. Right. So they are self-paced. You go through the course library, but you also submit the information that you need to plug in your holes. We discuss it. We do weekly group coaching calls. You also get to book private coaching calls as well. We discuss the material that you just learned. We discuss the implementation that you did, whether it makes sense or don't make sense. Sometimes things don't look right. And I'm like, well, what was your thought process behind that? It just needs to be clarified a little bit because what I'm looking at, I'm like, that's crap. But explain to me your thought process. Like, this is what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so let's adjust it to make better sense. So as your coach, yes, you're going through the material, but I'm also your accountability partner. And I'm also making sure that you get things complete and that things are correct as well. So it's not just about, here, take this course, see you later, come ask me a question. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds amazing. I'm curious to know, with like the salon owners that you've come across, do they have a mentality of like they don't want their stylist to like succeed or outgrow the salon? Is that the reason why the girl was getting like pushback from the salon owner with certain things?
You know what? That's a really great question. And I would say yes.
Okay.
So when I was helping stylists, that was the mentality of those salon owners. If I help this stylist get ahead, they eventually are going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And if they leave, now I don't have a stylist. Or if they begin to do greater things, now I won't be the greater person in the salon.
Mm-hmm.
When I owned my salon, my whole goal was to have my stylist be great. And if they went on to own their own salons, I know that I helped them do that.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I don't care if you went down the street. I'm like, hey girl, how's it going? That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I played a piece of a chapter in your beauty journey to help you get to where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And many salon owners have that mentality of, if I help you grow, then you're going to leave. Or if your status is higher than mine, I am the owner, then people are going to keep coming to you. Well, as a salon owner, you should want your stylist to grow, because otherwise they're not going to be able to pay you your booth rent, and you're not going to be able to make the commission you want. Like, I used to sit down in my salon on some days. I would be the receptionist.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you gonna sit at the desk? Yeah, today is my day to sit at the desk. What you need? Oh, I got this client coming in for this. No problem. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will literally happily sit down, and people will come in. Oh, what you doing at the desk? Oh, girl, nothing. What you need today? You want a water, coffee, tea? Okay, have a seat. Wi-Fi code on the wall. I'll be right back.
Right.
I don't have a problem doing that. My stylists are working. They're going to grow and they're going to succeed, and I'm going to get paid while they work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. And it's something that you mentioned earlier about implementation that I love, because I literally just talked about this maybe either last week or the week before, because I love investing in myself. I love taking courses and free webinar, like anything I could find that on a topic that I'm interested in. And I was telling people, I feel like a lot of people aren't successful because they're not implementing. They just gather they're hoarders. They're hoarders of all of this information. But I'm like, when is the last time that you actually implemented the stuff that you learned? That's why you're not getting the results, because you're not doing the thing. You're not doing the stuff. So I love that you shared that.
Exactly. Like, I was talking to someone the other day on a rapid growth call, and she showed me her composition notebook. She said, I wrote out everything and I just need a confirmation and stuff. And I was like, okay. And she showed me, and it was like page. And I'm just looking at words and words and words, like as you turn the page. And I was like, okay. I said, so on all of these pages, right? I love that you have it all organized and all laid out. You know, it was all laid out in a book and everything. And she had like certain things were highlighted and certain things drew here. It was great. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, but of everything in this composition notebook, what have you completed? Mm-hmm. So, oh no, I'm still working on it. Like, nothing's really complete. I said, I've seen at least 4 pages. So I need you to cross off something on these 4 pages. I said, I know that we don't want to mess up our composition notebook because it's neatly organized and it's neatly laid out. I said, but when you complete something, I need you to get a Sharpie or something really dark. And I need you to put a whole X this section, like it's done. That way, when you're going through the book, you see completion. Mm-hmm. I said, because to keep putting things in your notebook, you're not completing anything. If you exit out, the mind cross that off as done. What's next? But if you never mark it done, you're always on the what's next. Cross some of these things off. And she said, but this right here goes to this page. I said, okay, get the tabs that you could buy, the notebook tabs. I said, tab this blue and tab the other 4 pages later blue, because them 2 thoughts on those 2 pages go together. Mm-hmm. I said, so when you're doing this, it's going to run to the other page. They all stay together. Now, once you've completed the 2, you got to take the blue tabs off and put the X throughout the whole page and then move on to something next.
Yes.
Like, but I've been collecting I said, I know. Close it off. That the whole book needs to be X'd out and then just store it somewhere.
Yeah, it's done. Chapter closed.
Definitely. Moving on to a new composition notebook.
Yes. Oh my God. So with the product development that you help these people with, I want to talk about that. Like, how are you helping them to like leverage product sales in like correlation with like growing their salon and the blueprint that you help them put together?
That's really great. So inside the blueprint, what I first do is help you organize your retail. So usually we have retail, we have it on the shelf, we have some in a bag stocked or whatever, or we might have some cases sitting over here. Let's organize this first. Do we actually know what we have? Because you probably bought a case 2 months ago and you slid it to the back and you forgot it was back there. So when the distributor comes back in or you go to order, you're going to order some more. So now you're sitting here with probably 24 bottles of oil when your intention was to only have 12.
Yeah.
But you haven't sold any either. So I start out with helping you with inventory. That way you know exactly how much you have on hand first. So that way you're not spending unnecessarily. And then after that, it's all about understanding the product you have. And it doesn't really matter if you're going to start your retail with 2 products. As long as you understand these 2 products and understand that every person comes in needs to leave with one of these bottles. And then after that, you develop whatever it is you're going to say or how you're going to sell it. I know from speaking to so many professionals that we don't want to sound salesy. And I get it, but we don't sound salesy. We sound educated. And when you're selling a product, you're educating someone on the benefits of using this product, the benefits that their hair is going to have, their skin is going to have, their nails are going to have by utilizing this product. It's all about education. And when it comes to sales, you're not saying, hey, buy this product, it's $20. No, you're saying this is the benefits of using this product. The cost of it, you put the cost on the end because you have to sell the benefits on why they should get it first. Also, why they should not get another product, because you could have multiple products that they probably don't need right now. Like I gave someone a perfect example. Like you have someone who daughter has curly hair and she wears her curly hair out. Well, selling her a pomade or edge control, it's not it right now. So you would literally can tell her that, okay, buying this pomade is not going to benefit her hair right now. I recommend you buy a leave-in conditioner that you can spray and moisturize her hair with every day. That's going to help with detangling, knots, she going out, playing in the playground, sand, this, that. The pomade is going to attract dust, dirt, bugs, and I will literally get extreme. It's going to attract everything. She might have some glitter in her hair when she come home from school. But the leave-in conditioner is going to be beneficial. So you're educating and not just selling. So I share that with my clients also. And then too, when it comes to developing their own product line, I help them start at the basis on what product that they actually want to create and why. The benefits of it. We go over ingredients that's going to go into the product of it. We're going to go over the results that people are going to get. That way you're not just creating a hair oil because all my clients have dry scalp, which is what I hear all the time. I just want a hair oil because all my clients have dry scalp. And I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit deeper than that. And when you dig a little bit deeper in that, and we get to the manufacturer, you get your product developed sooner. I had one client who actually wanted a butter, and we went really into detail on the butter. And when I show you how to develop your first product, you take the same concept and develop every other product after that. He owns a barbershop and he now has, I believe, when he exited my program, he had 1 product, literally. If I teach you 1 product, you can do this multiple times. He now has, I want to say I last checked, 4 or 5 products out.
Okay.
From 1. And that was his jump start to get the rest of them going.
God damn, that sounds amazing. I love just wash, rinse, and repeat. I like stuff like that where you could just do it one time, you could come back to it and just keep on replicating it. I love that.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
No reason to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. So what are you working on your legacy to be at the end of the day? Like, what are you working or striving towards? What do you want people to say about ElishaMonique?
Wow, that's a good question. She was a nice person who spoke the truth. That's me. I get that all the time. Like, oh my God, like you're so serious. It's not serious, it's my passion. I just want you to know, and I want you to be aware. And I feel that knowing is half the battle. And if you don't know, you honestly just don't know. And it's okay, because that's where your learning continues. So I would like for my legacy to be that I have that I've massively impact the beauty industry and just giving them the tools that we aren't taught in beauty school, showing them the roads that are possible if you just go down the roads. Also, readjusting our mindset as creatives, that we have endless possibilities. Here in the near future, I'll be opening some salons. I have plans to put out a second volume of my book as well. So my legacy in the beauty industry for my kids and my children is just to be like, my mom did not let anything stop her. If it was a no, I'm like, okay, how can I go around and make this a yes?
Yeah.
If it's a no over there, let me see what's gonna happen over here. And that's truly what I want to leave behind. Just the fact that there's endless possibilities, and that I've poured into my industry and giving back from what I know and what I've learned, and just created a lot of successful salons.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. So we have to move into these rapid fire questions. So we're coming to the end of our interview. This was so good though. I really enjoyed this. And your voice, I feel like your voice is just so soothing. It's just so, I just love, I just love it. Even when I was looking at your Instagram page, I was like, she has such a nice voice. And I always tell people, you should be a podcaster. You should start a podcast. But the top. So let me ask you the Friends of Beauty rapid fire questions. So whatever comes to your mind first, just, spit it out. So the first one, just give us your top 3 keys to your success so far.
Top 3 keys, never stop learning, always communicate with other people, and finding collaborations.
How do you measure your success?
By doing something better than I did yesterday.
I know that's right. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Done. What's next?
I love it. She's like, let's get to it. What advice would you give to a salon owner right now who is just not getting the results that they want and they just ready to just shut down their business?
Get on a phone call with me. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Get on the phone ASAP, because I feel like she's gonna get you together. Okay. Yes. What is a resource that has helped you in your business that you could share with the Friends of Beauty community?
Ooh, a resource. Let's go with Google.
Yo.
You said it was rapid. That's all I had.
I love it though, because literally people ask me certain questions. I'm like, did you Google that first? Like, you could have literally just Googled that. Simple.
Right. Yes. Right.
So the last one, I just want you to fill in the blank and say, my name is blank, and the key to longevity and success is whatever you think it is.
My name is ElishaMonique, and the key to longevity and success is to stay relevant, stay current, to keep an open mind, and to always keep pushing forward.
Yay. Before you go, share your social media information or however you want people to connect with you and schedule their calls and sign up for the Salon Business Blueprint Club, like everything.
Awesome. So you guys can find me on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram, ElishaMonique_educator, or you can go to my website at ElishaMonique.com and you can get all your salon resources. You can also schedule your rapid growth call. But if you're following me on Instagram at ElishaMonique_educator, click the link in my bio and I have everything laid out for you right there, your rapid growth call and your free salon resources.
Yay. Thank you so much for doing this, ElishaMonique. It was truly a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing out there. If anyone have not told you that today, look, the fact that you took the time to sit here and to listen to me, to listen to us, you are absolutely amazing.
Yes, and we appreciate you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this episode with at least one friend in beauty, and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts so that other friends in beauty can find this show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.